developing authentic social intelligence, and emotional awareness. Social intelligence is the ability to navigate complex social situations with awareness, skill, and authenticity. It's not about manipulation or playing social games. It's about understanding the subtle dynamics of human interaction and responding in ways that create connection, trust, and mutual respect. This quality is incredibly attractive because it signals emotional maturity, empathy, and the ability to create positive experiences for others. The foundation of social intelligence is emotional awareness both of yourself and others. Most people go through social interactions with only surface-level awareness of the emotional undercurrents that are constantly flowing between people. They miss the subtle signs that someone is uncomfortable, the non-verbal cues that indicate interest or disinterest, and the emotional needs that lie beneath surface-level conversation. Developing emotional awareness begins with learning to read the emotional subtext of social interactions. Every conversation, every meeting, every social gathering has multiple layers of communication happening simultaneously. There's the surface level, what people are saying with their words. There's the emotional level, what people are feeling and how those feelings are affecting their communication. And there's the relational level, how people are positioning themselves in relation to each other and what social dynamics are at play. People with high social intelligence have learned to perceive and navigate all these levels simultaneously. They can engage in surface-level conversation while remaining aware of emotional undercurrents and relational dynamics. This allows them to respond not just to what's being said, but to what's really happening in the interaction. The first component of emotional awareness is recognizing emotional states in others. This requires learning to read facial expressions, body language, vocal tonality, and energy levels. Most people focus primarily on words, but research shows that the majority of emotional communication happens through non-verbal channels. Learning to read emotional states involves paying attention to micro-expressions, brief, involuntary facial expressions that reveal genuine emotions. It involves noticing body language patterns that indicate comfort or discomfort, engagement or withdrawal, openness or defensiveness. It involves listening to vocal qualities like pace, tone, and volume that convey emotional information beyond the content of words. This skill develops through conscious practice and attention. Start by observing people in various settings and trying to identify their emotional states based on non-verbal cues. Watch how people's faces, postures, and energy levels change throughout conversations. Notice the difference between genuine and forced smiles, between authentic enthusiasm and polite interest, between comfortable silence and awkward tension. The second component of emotional awareness is understanding your own emotional impact on others. Most people are largely unconscious of the emotional effect they have in social situations. They don't realize that their anxiety makes others uncomfortable, that their excitement is overwhelming for some personality types, or that their intensity intimidates people who prefer gentler interaction styles. Developing awareness of your emotional impact requires honest self-reflection and feedback from others. It means paying attention to how people respond to your presence and communication style. Do people seem to relax or tense up around you? Do they open up or become more guarded? Do they seek out your company or seem to avoid deeper interactions? This awareness allows you to adjust your approach based on the situation and the people involved. It doesn't mean becoming a chameleon or losing your authenticity. It means Understanding that emotional intelligence includes the ability to modulate your energy and communication style to create the most positive interactions possible. The third component of social intelligence is understanding group dynamics and social hierarchies. Every group, whether it's a family, workplace team, or social gathering, has implicit power structures, alliances, and communication patterns. People with high social intelligence can quickly assess these dynamics and navigate them skillfully. This involves recognizing who has formal and informal influence, understanding the unspoken rules and expectations of different social contexts, and knowing how to contribute to group interactions in ways that are valued and appreciated. It means understanding when to lead and when to follow, when to speak up and when to remain quiet, when to challenge and when to support. Social intelligence also involves what psychologists call cognitive empathy, the ability to understand and predict how others think and feel without necessarily feeling the same emotions yourself. This is different from emotional empathy, which involves actually feeling what others feel. Cognitive empathy allows you to understand and respond to others' perspectives without becoming emotionally overwhelmed or losing your own center. This skill is particularly valuable in conflict resolution, negotiation, and leadership situations. When you can understand how others see a situation, what their concerns and motivations are, and what they need to feel satisfied, you can find solutions that work for everyone involved. This ability to bridge different perspectives and find common ground is incredibly attractive and valuable in both personal and professional contexts. The development of social intelligence also requires understanding and respecting different communication styles and personality types. Some people are direct and appreciate straightforward communication. Others are more sensitive and need gentler, more diplomatic approaches. Some people process information quickly and prefer rapid-fire exchanges. Others need time to think and prefer slower, more reflective conversations. Highly socially intelligent people have learned to recognize these differences and adapt their communication style accordingly. They don't try to force everyone into their preferred way of interacting. Instead, they meet people where they are and communicate in ways that feel comfortable and natural for the other person. This adaptability is not about being fake or manipulative. It's about recognizing that effective communication requires flexibility and that showing respect for others' preferences is a form of kindness and emotional intelligence. It's about understanding that your way of communicating is not the only valid way, and that truly connecting with others often requires stepping outside your default patterns. Another crucial aspect of social intelligence is knowing how to handle social mistakes and awkward moments gracefully. Everyone says the wrong thing sometimes, misreads social cues, or finds themselves in uncomfortable situations. People with high social intelligence have learned to navigate these moments with humor, honesty, and grace rather than defensiveness or embarrassment. This might involve acknowledging a misunderstanding directly, using appropriate humor to diffuse tension, or simply moving past awkward moments without making them bigger than they need to be. The ability to handle social imperfection with confidence and ease is deeply attractive because it signals emotional maturity and resilience. Social intelligence also includes understanding the importance of social reciprocity and contribution. Attractive people understand that positive relationships require mutual benefit and contribution. They look for ways to add value to others' lives, whether through emotional support, practical help, interesting conversation, or simply positive energy. This doesn't mean keeping score or expecting immediate returns on investment. It means understanding that relationships thrive when both people feel they're receiving value, and that being genuinely helpful and supportive is one of the most attractive qualities a person can possess. The integration of emotional awareness, impact consciousness, group dynamics, understanding, cognitive empathy, communication adaptability, grace under pressure, and social reciprocity creates a quality of social intelligence that others find magnetic. It's not about being perfect or never making social mistakes. It's about navigating human interactions with skill, awareness, and genuine care for others' well-being and comfort. When you develop authentic social intelligence, people feel comfortable and valued in your presence. They trust that you understand them, that you won't judge them harshly for their imperfections, and that you genuinely care about their experience. This creates the foundation for deep, lasting attraction that goes far beyond surface-level chemistry or superficial charm.